For those of you who don't know me, the first thing I need to say is that I'm not a human being. I'm an anthropoid ape. I've learned from scientists that I belong to the subspecies Gorilla graueri. Most of my kind live in Africa, in the thick jungle along the banks of the Congo River, and that's probably where I originally came from. I don't know how I ended up among people, and I probably never shall know. I must have been very small when it happened. Maybe I was caught by hunters or by natives, and they then sold me on. My very first memory is of sitting on a cold stone floor with a chain round my neck. It may have been in the city of Istanbul, though I can't be completely certain. Since then, I've lived in the human world. I've learned how you human beings think, and how to understand what you say. I've learned to read and to write. I've learned how people steal and deceive. I've learned what greed is, and cruelty. I have had many owners, and I would prefer to forget most of them. I don't know which of them gave me my name, or why, but I'm called Sally Jones anyway. Many people think the chief is my present owner, but the chief isn't the sort to want to own others. He and I are comrades and friends. The chief's real name is Einri Koskela. We first met many years ago when I stowed away on a freighter called the Otago. The crew found me, and the captain ordered them to throw me overboard. But the ship's chief engineer stepped in and saved my life. That was the chief, that was. We chanced to meet again a couple of years later in the harbor district of Singapore. I was seriously ill and standing chained to a post outside a sleazy bar. The chief recognized me and bought me from the bar owner. He took me with him to the ship he was working on and gave me food and medicine. That was the second time he saved my life. When I eventually recovered, I was allowed to help the chief with various little jobs around the engine room. I liked the work, and thanks to the chief, I became good at it too. Everything I know about seamanship and ship's engines, I've learned from him. We've stuck together ever since, the chief and I. From Southeast Asia, we worked our way to Australia. We bought our own steamer, the Hudson Queen, in New York, and ran her along the coasts of the Americas, Africa, and Europe with various cargoes. We were our own masters and made enough money to keep the ship in good condition. It was a good life. Impossible to imagine a better one. I hope it can be like that again.